Hello, it is to Snakera,
Hi, and it's me.
and we're in 480, so we're going back a generation.
Whoa, oh my god.
We're not on PC. Now, you know how the last game we did on Commentary Comms was a take on the series that is usually darker, produced that seems a bit odd, and doesn't fit with the rest?
Yeah.
Well, this scene is from a series that is meant to be a kids game.
Well, you see, it is trying to show children the true stresses caused by war, man snake.
Oh, yeah, naturally. So, this is Army Men Sarge's War, as the title gave away. It's the first Army Men game not made by 3DO, because they shut down the year before this was made. They died in 2003. It was made in 2004, and it was trying to take the series in a darker direction.
Now, mind you, I've never played any of these games. In fact, this is the first time I'm actually ever seeing footage of this kind of game. So, I have no history whatsoever. I'm just a surrogate.
They're trying to make a dark kind of game about... They're literally the plastic Army Men toys you could get. And this is... By the way, this cutscene lag, this isn't my recording equipment. The game actually lags.
She loves 6th generation's FFV, so I'm sorry, this looks like 5th generation. Jesus Christ.
The game doesn't even... I don't think the game even runs in 480 when I played it. I actually had to scale this footage up to get this aspect ratio.
Wait, what console is this on?
360, but it's an Xbox game,
Oh,
so it
okay.
could just be... It could be, compatibility issues, but yeah, it's not very good. Also, there's no subtitles. I skipped the main menu because you're going to see it at the end. It's really amazing.
Now, see, Snake, just judging from that intro cutscene, I have no idea what you're complaining about, because when I see Plastic Army Men, I think of Sid from Toy Story, and I'm pretty sure that this was what he was imagining.
Now, remember, aside from anything else, they're trying to have a completely serious story with these characters, though. It's not like Toy Story where it's kind of humorous. This is played completely straight. The old games had kind of silly references and stuff, a lot of its humor was referential. This game's a bit more serious, and anyway, I go to the main menu right away because I want to look at the objectives, and I want to turn down sensitivity because it's awful.
Yeah, but, haven't you heard about the awful plastic soldier war that America is involved in nowadays?
Is it against China over production rights?
Exactly, see, how can you just not see the political commentary this is about?
Now, you saw the gameplay right there. You hold down L. Hold down L to lock on, and press A to shoot. It's awkward as fuck.
It's to lock on, so...
Yeah. Also, I think the look around is inverted, which fucks with my mind. And the sensitivity is so bad, I got motion sickness playing this.
Jesus Christ.
I've never had motion sickness before.
But wait, Snake, you're complaining about inverted camera? I mean, man, haven't you ever played GoldenEye 64?
I never have. So, where was that going, if you had any idea?
No, it's just because a lot of people, apparently GoldenEye 64 had, defaulted at inverted camera, so, a lot of people first played that with an inverted camera. Which
yeah.
I don't understand how you're going to play an FPS like that. Like, maybe for an adventure game, okay, but...
I think I only understand it in flight simulators, myself.
And even then, it's only on the vertical axis.
Yeah. Oh, I love... Let's go get him! And then he runs in completely the wrong direction. That's the quality of the in-engine cutscenes all have their subtitles properly done. Anyway, the moment you get this second weapon in the game, it's pretty much all you're going to need for the first half of it. There's ammo's everywhere, but there's two modes of aiming. There's just a regular lock-on, which you'll use most of the time, and you can hold down R to go into first person. Which is really awkward, because you can't turn down the sensitivity. Basically, he kind of like... If you look at that... This is the only weapon in the game that works well in first person. And even then it's kind of vague. So...
You have to give them credit for, consistent visuals. You look plastic, the geometry looks plastic, everything looks plastic.
I'd say this looks kind of, well, I wouldn't say gritty and real, but I'd say that just the characters are so jarring with the kind of scenery here. It's kind of like... It
looks worse than Half-Life 1's graphics.
Yeah. In the mythos of the Army Men series, there is the Army Men's world and the big world, which is our world. So, and in the big world, they're actually the size of Army Men, and those levels are kind of interesting to play in. But in these levels, it's kind of like really gritty stock shooter, and Would you believe these ground graphics... fuck.
What the hell?
Those ground graphics, those brown graphics, rather, these were kind of praised at the time in, like, one magazine, because they said we like the gritty new visuals.
Well,
like,
mind you, this was before, you know, we got a wave of, you know, this generation.
Yeah.
It was a precursor.
Well, that's the thing. Quite a few of the levels aren't gritty, but there's like one point that like later on in the game you'll see. There's one point which I swear takes place in a meth addict's house. There's no way to describe how dilapidated that place is. This place is just kind of like it's kind of like a World War II vibe, and yeah, I died a lot to this tank because it never really tells you grenades are the way to go at this point. The game doesn't have great direction, really.
Or game design and everything. So, like, wait, you said there was like a big world and a small world. So, which one are we in right now?
Well, it's not really a small world, it's more like their world, where they're kind of to size, where everything kind of built for them.
Where they're...
Right now,
What?
Right now we're in the army men's world.
Ah, I see. So how do we know exactly this just isn't some kid's, like, daydream fantasy? Like, Sid.
If it is, then this is going to be really messed up what happens to this guy.
Well, like, did you see what Sid did to that poor army man toy? Jesus Christ.
Anyway, here's one of the gimmicks that happens in the game occasionally, turret sections. Where you get on a turret and waves of enemies on the level will immediately charge at you. It's one concession that I'll grant that it's kind of nice, especially because this game's not really hard, but it can annoy you because of the checkpointing, so it's kind of nice to have a cathartic release in terms of the turrets.
Yeah, I see. Ah, God.
Yeah.
These plastic toys had it coming to them. How dare they
Yeah.
be made of Chinese plastic?
Before this as well, there was no lock-on feature, so you had to aim manually, but I think the previous games were better made than this, so it wasn't too much of an issue. So, you have quite a lot of health, but early on you shouldn't die too much. But, because every enemy you kill, they drop plastic for you to just, I don't know...
Sort of weld onto you, just sort of grab the limbs of the people you killed and just sort of hybrid with them.
Every man I kill, I consume their power!
We are the American melting pot.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I just wonder, because I think the Greens are obviously meant to stand in for Americans, because it's kind of like a World War II thing, but I don't know who the Tans stand in for. I guess Nazi Germany would be the closest thing, but bear in mind the leader of them is called Plastro, so I don't fucking know. Maybe they stand for Cuba.
They just sort of can't decide. It's sort of like, to bring it back to the Uncharted commentary, which we'll get back to eventually. It's just like, you know, we're just killing off everyone else that's not American, so...
Yeah. I don't know if you kill any green people in the course of this series. I only played, Army Men. I didn't play any of the... PC gamers will know, Master Race and all, that this series was originally real-time strategy game, which is weird, because on the PS2 there is a game called Army Men RTS. Like it's fucking new on something. But there's also Army Men 3D, which is what I played, where it was all third-person shooters and cheesy stories and such. The RTSs may have had cheesy stories, I don't know. I chose this one because it's the second worst of the series.
What?
Actually, it could be the third worst. There are two more awful games in this series, but I haven't played either of them.
So, which one was the best one? Like, for what reasons, and why did this one fail then?
I don't know which one is considered the best, or kind of like the standout one of the series. All I know is this one is bloody well awful. There was another one called Major Catastrophe, or no, Major Malfunction, where like they kind of throw out all the story because of stuff, and they just introduce a new bad guy called Major Malfunction and a new hero. Because kind of in the 3D games, Sarge has been the go-to protagonist in most cases.
Right.
And he had the Heroes, which was like they had two games in it called the Sarge's Heroes series, which was just him. So this guy, I guess, would be the standout character. And this is like the only bonus of first-person mode that you can mow people down.
Yeah, while they're glitching and having trouble getting through a door. And I'm not sure that's really fair thing. You should give them the helping hand first. Being honest.
I gave them a helping hand in death. And now that they're dead, they're part of the real army. Great grenade throwing by me. But other than that, I think it's like nameless protagonists and such. I had another one called Land, Sea and Air, which was all about vehicle combat, of which there is none in this game.
Or would you really want any?
No. And there's also another one I had called Army Men Omega Soldier, or Omega Man, which was just... It was like an isometric shooter, kind of in the vein of, I guess, Magicka, because I don't really play many kind of like top-down 3D shooters like that. Yeah. The story of this game hasn't really kicked in yet. It's not just an
Yeah,
invasion plot.
I was waiting for an opportunity to ask what the hell are we actually doing at the moment.
Well, kind of like it's a constant war for reasons that I'm none too aware of because I haven't actually studied the mythos too much. I'm just going by childhood memories and the fact that I recorded this game in one sitting.
You seem to do this to yourself a lot. Shadow the Hedgehog, now this,
Yeah,
all in one sitting.
That's what I was gonna do. That's what I was pointing out earlier on. It seems that the games we record, the games I record for commentary, out of the two we've done, it's both times it's been the black sheep of the series, and I've stayed up to do it in a major sitting. I'm not blaming you for this, but there's a coincidence.
I think you're just really sadomasochistic.
Maybe. What should we do next? We've got to do more black sheep of series.
I would recommend Super Mario Sunshine, but I actually really like that game, so I'm not sure.
I like Sunshine as well. That's actually the first Mario game I played.
So maybe we should do it and just mutually circle jerk over it. I'm totally okay with that, by the way.
You're okay with mute? That game is quite long. How are we going to mutually circle jerk for that long? Our arms would definitely get tired.
See, clearly you've never been in a call with me, Darren, but that's for a different story.
I actually want, getting off topic, because until the story comes in...
We were just sort of running around in a great round environment,
yeah.
doing absolutely nothing of interest.
Yeah, the bonus objective for this level is kill all the spotters, and I haven't killed all the spotters. I'm just blowing stuff up for my own amusement. I thought that would blow up the satellite that it's been telling me to, but nope, I have to waste 2 grenades.
So you were saying before that?
I wanted to actually, because you don't really like Sonic Colors that much, I wanted to sit down in a live stream playing Sonic Colors and enjoying myself while you and Derek bitch.
Yeah, we were actually planning on doing something complaining about Sonic Colors for Holy Swear Word, but yeah. Top 5 reasons why Sonic Colors sucks, hint hint, wink wink wink, look into the future.
God, no. I did a playthrough of that game. It's like the first playthrough I did. Live stream with Oscar and Khan, and it's not their fault, but it sucked. It's my fault that one was awful. Because I played sections that were meant to be easy, and I did them bad.
Wow. It's okay.
I should have... Yeah. That's like... It's amazing. We've talked about Holy Swear Word on this video more than we have commentary comms.
Well, maybe in a sense we can sort of bring this back, that we can assume from what we've seen so far that this plot is really just a symbolic clash between Comcoms and Holy Swear Word.
We're the Greens. You'll be happy to know that later on.
God damn it. Now see, you just took my interpretation and warped it around like that. I can't believe you. See, this makes you befitting of being that Castro guy that this game skewers around.
Plastro.
Yeah.
So yeah, in a series that was previously referential humor and kiddie, we have kind of stoic, well not stoic, but a gruff hero blowing up tanks in a city that's being bombed that's probably full of innocent civilians. Actually, I never bring up if there are civilians. I think, basically, they mine plastic out of the ground and make them into soldiers for some everlasting war. It's kind of horrifying.
Maybe it's also a commentary about the endlessness and futility of war, how we will forever continue to fight our brethren, despite never truly coming to any kind of resolve.
Maybe. New medal received.
Good job.
We have been
rewarded. A pat on the back right now.
That becomes funny later on, because I get that every level.